Good morning. My name is Jennifer Havlat, and this is my journal entry for EDAD 768A. The first part of the question is asking, as a leader, what practices and available research do you use in a district to make decisions? I'm going to focus this right now on inclusive practices. My role as a site program supervisor and throughout the district is to help support programs to be as inclusive as possible for every student. And I think right now, as a district, where we are struggling a little bit is some changes that have been made to programs to take away, I guess, in a sense, some programs that people felt were critical or essential. And there's a philosophy around that particular ideology that leadership may disagree with. And so I think there's just kind of this struggle right now to help support sites and teachers to understand and embrace the push for more inclusive practices across our district. And so part of my work is help work with teams, whether it's a team of speech pathologists or a team of teachers or a site, to understand the purpose, the vision, the rationale, where this is coming from, because I think sometimes the message is coming from a person and the people receiving the message may feel that that person is the one who holds, the vision for that message, and it's not really a person. It's collective. It's the stakeholders. It's created by community, students, teachers, admin, other classified staff. It was a collected vision to be more inclusive. And let me just give you some specific details. We have programs at our site that are for students who require modified curriculum. And a lot of those students historically have been in separated programs. Two separated programs. You have modified, and you have severe modified. And we're trying really hard to break down the wall of having separated programs and look at the individual child and look at the students as a whole child and not just say, you are this, you are that, but giving opportunity to rise children where their strengths lie and allow them to access curriculum and access learning opportunities and environments they may not ever have had an opportunity to do so if we had kept programs separated. And so I'm really trying very hard to work with staff and site admin to understand why we would do this, what's the purpose. And I'm also working with another colleague to do some training for parents to help them understand the purpose behind why there may be a student in their child's class that is working at a different level than their child. You could have that in any classroom across any school district across the nation. So it's not just special education classrooms where we may see this differentiation of instruction, differentiation of learning needs. You could get that in any classroom. I think we just need to help our community and our staff wrap their brain around why that's good for kids. Reflective practice. And what is my personal code of ethics? Well, I think it just ties into this whole conversation of, why inclusion is something that we value and why we would never want to hold a child back to not allow them to reach their full potential. And that may look different for every kid. That may look different at every site. It's not a one size fits all. It shouldn't be for any child, whether they're a child with an IEP or a general education student. We should always be looking for opportunities to raise kids up and support them where their strengths lie. And that's why we write goals in areas of weakness so that we can develop those weaknesses and bring them up to, help support that child, whether it be in functional skills or foundational skills or accessing gen ed curriculum. I spend a lot of time thinking about it outside my job, and I reflect all the way back 20 years when I used to teach. How could I have delivered this message better? Should I have addressed it in the moment? Should I have been quiet? Should I have um, said something different? We're always going to be learning and doing things differently through our practice. And I think one of the main things I've learned over this last 3 years in this particular role is that sometimes it's okay to stay quiet and listen. And sometimes you, as a leader, you do need to address topics that are either challenging or difficult to talk about. And also it's okay to, validate feelings and at the same time, deliver a message that aligns with the vision of the district and help bring people along.